Dr. King has a nice ring to it. Good morning. First, let me ask you to give another round of applause to those great student speakers. It's not as easy as you think, and I thought Daniel and McKinley both did a great job. And now let me ask you once more, it'll probably come up 10 or 12 times more, but to give yourselves a hand. Congratulations to the American University School of Public Affairs class of 2016. Now, those of you to my left, so I guess stage right, can't see all this water over here. I'm just waiting for Marco Rubio to walk in at any minute. There are 335 of you, I am told, graduating today. I'm sorry if my math is off, but that's what I was told, 335 of you, which in the way I do math these days equals the Rubio and the Kasich delegations to the Republican National Convention. It leaves 12 of you left over. There won't be a second ballot. Or to be bipartisan, 335 of you. So let's think this through. Roughly the number of superdelegates that Bernie Sanders needs to get lost on the way to the Democratic Convention. I did see, and the provost was kind enough to mention it, but I did see on Twitter that some of you are hoping that I would bring the magic wall today. Sorry, it costs a lot to transport the wall around town, and I couldn't get Mexico to pay for it. I should just go now. Let me remember my manners. President Kerwin, Dean Romzek, distinguished members of the board, Mr. Provost, special guests, supporters of this distinguished university and great institution. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the great honor of sharing this important and special day with you. Now, it is a safe bet that many of you graduates, it's your day, say 15 or 20 minutes from now, we'll have a hard time remembering who was my commencement speaker. Maybe it'll take 15 or 20 days, but I doubt it. But if you don't remember my name, I hope you remember this bet I'm going to make with you today. Someday in the not-too-distant future, your life will just stop in its tracks. You're suddenly going to realize that you're thankful for that class that drove you nuts, or for that professor that annoyed you with the pushing and the prodding, maybe a little tough love at grading time. Trust me, you don't think so. Trust me, it will happen. Your appreciation for the gifts you've been given here at this great place will only grow as you get a chance to use them. And to the parents, let me say, as someone who has a daughter in business school and a son heading toward medical school, I feel your pain. And most of all, I share your pride, though, and your overwhelming sense of joy on this special day. I decided, believe it or not, I was talking before we got out here, I don't give a lot of speeches, and I'm actually a little nervous when I give a speech, and some people thought that was weird because I work in television, but it's true. So I asked my children for advice today. My older son said, keep it short. And remember, Dad, you are the only one alive who thinks you're funny. My daughter, she's my princess, said, wow, Dad, did a lot of people say no? Yeah, it's true. He's 22 and she's 19. I'm also the proud parent of an almost 5-year-old. His name is Jonah. Jonah's advice? This is good advice. Tell a superhero story. Or maybe read a bedtime book. So let's put it to a vote. Goodnight Moon? Green eggs and ham? Art of the deal? All right. As many of you know, I spend most of my time these days covering politics. And there's an old saying in politics, and it's sometimes overused, that timing is everything. Well, this is your day, the School of Public Affairs class of 2016. Talk about extraordinary timing. I mean, this is the campaign of a lifetime, the debate of a lifetime. What a great moment to put what you've learned right here at American University and this school to good use. Public service, as you've heard from these great speakers and from the great leaders of this institution, is an obsession at this campus. You are to be congratulated for that. Engaging in the big debates, leading and serving with passion and respect is your overriding mission, and you've been taught that by these great people. Don't forget them when you leave, and say thank you one more time on the way out. You have a remarkable opportunity now to put these gifts to immediate use, and I would emphasize especially the respect part. He calls her Crooked Hillary. She calls him loose cannon and bully. One of them, barring a Bernie Sanders miracle, is going to have to govern at the end of this, or at least to try. Show them a better way. Now, to the best of my knowledge, and please stand up if you are here, but I don't think there's anybody here who has the power to tone down Donald Trump's tweets or to change Hillary Clinton's speeches. But you can control your part. You can control your part in what you do, what you say, with your words, with your actions, with your social media. Maybe a pebble in the ocean, but you'll respect the person you see at night when you look in the mirror. And that's one of life's greatest tests. I'm a firm believer that what this town needs most of all is what I call a revival of respect, a respect revival, less shouting and more listening. So do your part, and as you do, learn the lessons of this chaos. Donald Trump, whatever you think of him, is a poster child for the idea that every college graduate should embrace. Anything is possible. He's a one-time Democrat, later turned independent, now a Republican, a reality TV star, and soon to lead the party of Lincoln and Reagan. Anything is possible. There's another important lesson in Mr. Trump's success. Daniel touched on it a bit, and to me, this one is essential. Do not mistake understanding Washington for understanding America. Let me repeat that. Do not mistake understanding Washington for understanding America. Washington is a great and historic city. You have been blessed to learn here, to have internships here, to meet fascinating, wonderful people here. But Washington is not America. And some of the smartest people in Washington sometimes forget that. Some of the not so smart people in Washington sometimes forget that. We live, we breathe, we eat politics. But out there, people that this town is supposed to represent, remember, we're supposed to be here for them, they feel ignored, used, lied to, or worse. So maybe you agree with their votes over the last couple of months. Maybe you don't. But if you want to succeed in any career that intersects politics and public policy, you must listen to these people. You must. You must understand them. And whether you agree or disagree, you must respect where they're coming from. I've been blessed in my 30 years, 31 now, working as a reporter, to have bosses who understand this, and they let me travel this amazing country. Maybe they just like to get rid of me. But I always use this analogy that there are 50 very different pieces of this puzzle we call America, and they all have lessons. And to spend my adult life trying to learn those lessons is a great gift for which I am eternally and just enormously grateful. Many of you might stay here to work. That's great. We need your energy. We need your passion. We need your respect. We need your new ideas and your thinking. But please, get out and meet America. She'll confuse you sometimes, but you'll come to love her. When I was asked to do this is honest, I was very reluctant to say yes. I'm not a big public speaker, and I also think the role of a commencement speaker, at least as I see it, is to impart some unique lesson or insight, some nugget, large or small, that helps you, the most important people in the room today, as you start your way from this campus to your career and to your dreams. And I'm being brutally honest when I tell you, I don't think I have any great secrets or any unique insights. You've heard mine before. Don't just work hard, work harder, and work smarter. Respect others. Get up when you fall and when you fail. And trust me, you will fall and you will fail. Try, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard, to be an optimist. Most of all, what I try to do is remember where I come from. As Daniel noted, maybe somebody, if any of you are napping during the student speeches, let me break this news to you. It's Mother's Day. Let me repeat, for those of you who missed Daniel, and maybe we're all a little distracted by the caps and gowns of the parties, forgot maybe to order flowers, get a card, it's Mother's Day. In that spirit, that makes it a doubly special day. So I want to close by remembering where I come from and the lessons of my mother. As I said, I've been blessed in my work, and in conveying this wonderful honor, you heard some of it. The chance to cover 8 presidential elections, to cover war and tsunami, hurricanes, tornadoes, to interview presidents and prime ministers. I've had the gift of traveling, a kid from Dorchester, Massachusetts, it's a pretty big deal, to 80 countries around this world, 80 plus. Those of you in the front row, or third or fourth row maybe, were about where I was, far away, on the day Nelson Mandela was inaugurated as the president of South Africa. such a memory I'll never lose, such an amazing day. I get paid to learn. I had to borrow every last dime I had to get through college, but I get paid to learn. It's an amazing gift. Don't tell my bosses, but I might do this for free. But as I get older and I deal with bigger challenges in work and in life, I've come to realize my mother was by far the strongest and the most inspiring person I will ever know. From her, Joan King, I learned the awesome power of example. And I learned that dignity is quiet. I'm one of 7 Kings, 5 boys, 2 girls, believe it or not, from King Street in Dorchester, Massachusetts. Now, my dad was a bear of a man, strong as an ox, stubborn as a mule. A proud man who taught his children the value of hard work, and at a critical time in my city's history, as forced busing unfolded and divided our city, my dad taught his children, you judge people by their actions and their character, not by the color of their skin. He was our hero, my hero. And when we lost him, far too young, our family was broken. But the one who lost the most, who had the most right and the most reasons to give up, well, she willed us, pulled us through it. It happened in 1987, and it was a breakthrough moment in my career. I was 24 years old, working for the Associated Press in Boston, and was given an opportunity to cover Michael Dukakis as he ran for president. I told my mother I thought I should get off the campaign trail, that I should be home to help with my younger siblings. She told me my father would be disappointed if I did not seize this amazing opportunity. I think actually she said he would throttle me. She said, that's why he works so hard. You have to do this, Johnny. My mother called me Johnny and Bill Clinton, the only 2 people. My mom framed it that way as being about my dad, I'm sure, because she knew my dad was a god to me. What I soon came to realize was that as strong as he was, she was so much stronger. She just didn't care if anybody noticed. Her power was in her example. Deal. Don't whine. Cherish what you have instead of worrying about what you don't. Take care of others, then take care of yourself. She didn't say much, my mom, but her looks of disappointment were paralyzing. And she smiled with her eyes, and there was nothing like being on the receiving end of that. Dignity is quiet. I wish I could better explain what I mean by that. It burns inside me. I wish I could better explain it because the world you're about to enter is loud, if you haven't noticed. It's loud. Moments of quiet are more and more rare. I urge you, I beg you, I implore you to find them, those moments of quiet, and to cherish them. Use them to think, not to react. To take the lessons you've learned here in this great place and at home with these wonderful people. You call them the cheap seats? These wonderful people. Take these lessons you've learned here, not to become what Washington expects of you, or even what your first boss might expect of you. Maybe not even what you might think American University expects of you. If you remember that anything is possible, if you remember that Washington is not America, if you remember the awesome power of setting an example, and if you remember that dignity is quiet, I'm certain you'll find a path of understanding what you expect of you. And if you have that understanding, I'm fully confident it will take you to what and to where you dream to be. Congratulations. Good luck. Happy Mother's Day.